I need you to do something for me before I start. Pick up your phone. Look at your call log. Scroll down, not far, just to the last week or so, and check for any number you don't recognize. A short call, maybe under a minute. Find one. Good. Now put the phone down, face up, where you can see the screen. We're going to need it later. This happened to me in October, on a Tuesday, which matters, because nothing interesting is supposed to happen on a Tuesday. I was 31 years old. I lived alone, third floor, bad insulation, a landlord who never picked up the phone. Which is funny, in hindsight. Phones not being picked up is sort of the whole theme here. I went to bed around midnight. Normal night. Dishes in the sink. A show paused halfway through an episode. Phone charging on the nightstand, face down, the way you're supposed to, if you want to sleep well, which I never do anyway. At 3:04 in the morning, my phone rang. Not a text, not a notification chime. A call. The full, old school, somebody is actually calling you ring. Which by itself is strange, because nobody calls anymore. A real phone call at 3 a.m. means either somebody died, or somebody's about to. I rolled over and looked at the screen. No name, no contact photo, just a number. The area code was local, ours, the one I'd had since I was a teenager. Which made it worse, somehow, that I didn't recognize the rest of it. A wrong number would have been a relief. This wasn't that. This felt like a number that should have meant something to me, and didn't. I let it ring. For rings. Then nothing. No missed call banner popped up right away. There was a strange half-second delay, like the phone was deciding whether to admit the call had happened at all. And then, missed call. And under it, the little voicemail icon. Duration, 043. 43 seconds is an oddly specific length for a voicemail. Think about it. Most voicemails are either 4 seconds, hey, it's me, call me back, or they're the full 2 minutes, somebody rambling because they don't know how to end a sentence on command. 43 seconds means somebody had something to say, said it, and stopped. On purpose. Like a script. I didn't play it right away. I want to be honest about that, because I think that's the part people don't believe, that I just sat there, in the dark, holding a phone with a voicemail on it, and didn't press play. What I actually did was open my browser and type the number into the search bar, just to see. The first result was a forum. Not a scam tracking site. An actual forum, old-looking, the kind with a layout from 2011 that nobody's bothered to update, because the people who use it don't care what it looks like. They care what's on it. The thread was titled, "Anyone else getting calls from this number?" 40 embedded replies. Going back 6 years. People described the exact thing that had just happened to me. A call around 3 a.m. A short voicemail, somewhere between 30 and 50 seconds. And this is the part that made my stomach drop somewhere behind my spine. Almost every single reply mentioned that the voicemail said names. Specific names. Names of people the caller knew. People who weren't anywhere near a phone. Who hadn't called anyone. Who, in a few of the replies, and I want you to sit with this, were already dead by the time the voicemail arrived. One reply, from 3 years ago, just said, "Looked it up. Number's been disconnected since 2019. Service provider confirmed it. There's no account attached to it. It doesn't exist. It called me anyway." I checked. Of course I checked. I'm not going to pretend I had the willpower not to. I called the number back. "We're sorry. The number you have reached is not in service. This number has been disconnected. No further information is available. Disconnected since 2019. 5 years, give or take, of being nothing. No account, no carrier, no SIM, no person. And somehow it had just rung my phone 4 times and left a voicemail 43 seconds long. I should have stopped there. I want you to notice that I had every opportunity to stop there. I pressed play. Hi, it's me. I know it's late. I know you don't recognize this number, and that's fine. That's expected, actually. I wanted to tell you that Mara's okay. She's fine. Tell her I said the porch light thing was funny. She'll know what that means. And Dev, tell Dev I'm sorry about the bridge. He still thinks about it, doesn't he? Tell him it wasn't his fault. It was never going to be anyone's fault. You should go check on them. Both of them. Tonight, if you can. I have to go. The line doesn't stay open very long anymore. You left your door unlocked again. Mara is my sister. Dev is my best friend since we were 9 years old. Nobody outside the three of us knows about the porch light. It's an inside joke from when we were kids, the kind of thing you forget you even remember until somebody says it out loud and your whole body goes cold. And the bridge, Dev's never told anyone about the bridge. Not me. Not his therapist. Not anyone. I only know because I was the one who pulled him off the railing 4 years ago. And we made a deal that we would never, ever speak about it again. We hadn't. Not once. Not even to each other. Whoever, whatever, left that voicemail knew two things that should have been buried in exactly 3 skulls on this entire planet. And I was the only one of those 3 people awake to hear it. I called Mara first. It rang 9 times before she picked up, groggy, annoyed, fine. Totally fine. I made some excuse about a bad dream. She told me to go back to sleep. Then I called Dev. He didn't answer. I texted him. Nothing. I told myself it was 3 a.m. Of course he wasn't answering. Normal people are asleep at 3 a.m. That's the entire premise of 3 a.m. I sat in my dark apartment with the phone in my lap, and I thought about the very last line of the voicemail. The whisper. You left your door unlocked again. I have never once, in 9 years of living in that apartment, left my door unlocked. I check it twice, sometimes 3 times. It's a thing I do, a small compulsive habit I've had since I was a teenager. And somehow, whatever left me that voicemail knew that too. Knew it well enough to use it as the very last thing it said to me. Like a closing line. Like a punchline. I got up. I walked to my front door in the dark, my heart going so hard I could feel it in my teeth. And I put my hand on the deadbolt. It was unlocked. I want to tell you I have a satisfying ending for this. I want to tell you I found out who owned that number before it was disconnected in 2019, and that there's a tidy explanation. An old tenant. A tragic accident. A name on a gravestone that solves the whole thing like the last 5 minutes of a true crime documentary. I did find a name, eventually. 3 weeks of digging through public records, old obituaries, a city directory from before everything went digital. The number had belonged to a woman who lived 2 buildings down from where I live now. She died in March of 2019. The official cause of death was listed as natural causes, unattended, which is the kind of phrase that means we don't actually know, dressed up to look official. She didn't know me. I never met her. I have absolutely no reason to be the person she calls. And yet, since that October night, I've gotten the voicemail 3 more times. Always 3 a.m. Always 43 seconds. Always 2 names. And they're never the same 2 names twice. Dev was fine, by the way. He'd just had his phone on silent. I want you to feel relieved about that for a second, because I did. I felt relieved for almost 11 hours. Then, the following Tuesday, exactly 1 week later, my phone rang at 3:04 a.m. again. I didn't answer. The voicemail was 43 seconds long. It said your name. Go ahead. Check your call log again, the way I asked you to at the start. That number you found earlier, the one you didn't recognize, the short call, under a minute. What time did it come in?